Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you.
What's up? Really like that. You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's a fabulous random afternoon here inside the studio, and we are back. We are back doing 4 days a week live, Monday through Thursday. As soon as week 0 turns around, we will be back with noon live reaction shows on Sunday. But we're really back because we're back in front of the board. We're back grinding this here tape, and we got a great series to debut for you guys today. It is August 1st when you are watching this, or whenever you're watching this. This is coming out on August 1st, and we got a quarterback series coming out, all right? Once a day. That is every day for the month of August. 31 quarterback breakdowns are going to be coming out on this here network. We're going to attack them all, Jonathan. Everyone that we're allowed to watch, looking at you, the Big Ten. Everyone that we're allowed to watch on All 22, we are going to watch, and we felt this quarterback series ought to start out with who I think is the best returning quarterback in college football. Argue if you want, that's fine. Argue in the comments. This is my opinion, and it's backed up in the film, and it is Trinidad Chambliss, the returning quarterback for Ole Miss. And here's the scary thing. I don't know if he can play much better than he did in the football game that we're about to watch, but I do expect him to actually take another step. A lot of people point out that this guy's been playing college football for a while. He has. And look, I'm a D2 guy myself, so don't take no disrespect here, Ferris State. A little bit different playing a couple years of Division II football and then stepping up to the SEC. And I thought he made that transition pretty seamless last year. And I do expect a little bit of growth because this is our second year of playing big-time Power 4 football, and what a great way to start it off against the Louisville Cardinals there as their season opener. Super excited to do this with you guys today. If you're an Ole Miss fan, welcome in. We appreciate having you guys today. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button on the front end, but here's the deal. You're going to have to because we have rules around here. All right, if you learned anything about the game of football today, you must subscribe. If you learned anything about your favorite football team today, you must subscribe. And if you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Hey, let's shut up and grind the tape. Been way too much talking around this network, Jonathan, for way too long. Glad to be back in front of the board. I was itching a little bit. Not even going to lie to you. Itching a little bit to get back in front of this board and watch this here tape. I do think we got some pretty good takes, though, and they're all based in the film. And if you're not watching our live shows at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, please come join us. Give us a shot at least once or twice and find out what we're all about behind that microphone. But today, you're going to find out what we are about in front of this here board. Let's do it. So we're obviously watching the Sugar Bowl, Georgia versus Ole Miss. And, hey, I didn't think the game against Miami went all that bad either. He did throw the ball into some, tighter windows and dropped a few picks, did Miami's defense. But this was perfection for 4 quarters, all right? That's about what it requires to score 40 points, not once but almost twice against this Georgia defense. 38 points in the first game and then 45 in this one. I think they only stopped him in that first game once or twice, Jonathan. Like, this dude lit it up, and I think he's going to do exactly that again this year. We'll point out some concerns as the film goes on about the people around him. Not necessarily concerns about the new people around him, but more of praise and applause for the people that were around him last year, because they had some daggum dudes playing wide receiver. Let's get after it with these first clip that we got. Now, what you will notice, guys, about this kid, I think he can make every throw, and everybody says that, but we're going to show you that. He can throw on the run, both to his right and to his left. He can obviously extend and create with his legs. A great design quarterback runner as well. I think he's a great layer of the football too, Jonathan. Those intermediates, deep overs, digs, backside digs, all those things that require you to kind of get the ball over second-level defenders and back underneath third-level defenders. He's great at that, and I think he rips the ball really, really well. 1, 2s, and 3 balls. That's what we call that. The 1 ball, the 2 ball, and the moon ball, right? That's the 1, 2, and 3 ball we talk about on this network. He's got them all, and you'll see it right here to start the film study. Him rolling to his right, keeping his eyes downfield, and almost throwing back against his body right here. You're going to see a lot of arm talent during this film study from this cat. He can do pretty much everything, all right? That's why I love him so much. He threatens the defense in so many different ways. I also think he did a tremendous job as the season progressed, collecting information pre-snap and then using that information to tear you apart post-snap. Also, a little nuance in the coaching right here, Jonathan. We're going to set a little half set right here with our eyes left, knowing that we're pre-rolling right, okay? Also helps solidify this edge over here with this tight end, okay? Seal that front side and create a little bit of flow from the defense flowing right, all right? Keep those eyes downfield, and then boom, last second, we're going to throw back against our body really accurately there to number 2. I think that's Harrison Wallace. Is that correct? The Penn State transfer? I think that's who that was, all right? Also thought they did a great job last year of just hiding DeBron Stribling. That's him behind the guard right there, almost as an H-back, if you will, all right? But I showed Jonathan this clip before the film study started. I think this is what this guy does to a lot of defenders. I'm not calling out Raylan Wilson here. He's one of the better linebackers in the SEC, maybe in the country, returning in 2026. But I want you to watch what happens to number 5 right here. This linebacker that you're going to see. Watch as the hole opens up for him. The blitzing lane opens up for him. He's green dogging right now, which means nobody in the offensive line is accounting for him. We've got the 4 downs and whoever we called the 5th, all right? And we're emptying the back out. Y'all see it, Kewan Lacey getting out right here. We're in a 5-man protection. Nobody accounts for number 5. But watch Raylan Wilson. Watch how early he unzips his feet right here. Instead of running through contact like we would with a statuesque quarterback, okay, we're worried about this guy getting out at all times, right? So we really got to unzip our feet early. And what's he going to do? He's going to throw a ball right over our face to that deep over to number 2 again. And what a spot right there for his wide receiver to go get that rock. All right, let's watch that from the wide again. And you can see just how accurate this football is. This is an NFL throw, and he has a lot of these on his tape. I first got aware of how good of a thrower he was last year, Jonathan, against LSU. All right, he made some throws over the middle of the field that were like, oh my God, like, dude, you're going to play on Sundays, man. You're not just some really, really good college quarterback. No, sir. You got what it takes to play on Sundays, in my opinion, with your ball placement and accuracy, okay? But this clip of Raylan right here, I mean, that to me speaks volumes about what kind of threat he possesses. I mean, we're 2 or 3 yards from actually approaching this quarterback before we feel like we got to unzip our feet and make sure we don't get okey-doked. And he ends up throwing a dot right over our head. And you're going to notice coverage is not a problem in this football game. Apart from the last clip that we're going to show you, the game ender, buddy, they were in the hip pocket most of this football game and made him throw into tight windows, and he did exactly that all game long. Off the rocker, this is what I'm talking about with these touch throws, these 3 balls, these moon balls. He's really, really good at this as well. And you're going to see a little bit later, we're going to start back shoulder fading quite a bit too, because these corners stop getting stacked on the outside on these free release verticals, okay? Put the ball into the belly of the back, off the rocker, give it some good touch, put it in a great spot. Can't have a better spot than that right there. The only reason this is not a completion is because them arms on Ellis Robinson are about 75 inches. Okay, that dude's got a wingspan like you ain't never seen. That's why he's preseason All-SEC, on top of the fact that he's just in good coverage. That's as good as it gets, but that's great ball placement right there. I wouldn't be surprised if Deuce Alexander makes a few of those this year. I know he has in his prior years out there at Ole Miss. Great spot, though. Even better defense, okay? Side note here, Jonathan. Ole Miss last year, this is really going to tick some people off, especially because he went to LSU. Ole Miss last year, I think, had 1,500 yards at the tight end position. 1,500 yards at the tight end position last year. And guess who Lane Kiffin's got as a tight end now? Trey'Dez Green. Okay, yeah. It's going to create a lot of problems for defenses, I think, this year. I don't know if they're as good outside, though, at LSU as Ole Miss was last year. DeBron Stribling, to me, was one of the better X's that we had in the sport last year. Here's a prime example. Stacking a 3rd-round draft pick in Dalen Everett, a multiple-year starter in this SEC league right here. And what a great ball this is from Chambliss, okay?
Dazon, by the way.
Dazon? Why did I think his name was DeBron all this time?
I don't know.
Got my mind on King James, I guess, Jonathan. Whew. That's a spot and a half, amen?
Yeah.
Boink. No defense for that. That's a great try by Dalen right there to slap it out at the end. Watch this. Can't get it. Always playing with fast paces, that offense too. You see him running the ball back to the referee as soon as he caught the ball and got out of bounds. Now, this was something that I was really impressed by the more and more I watched him. His general feel for when he is hot. Okay, and he was hot quite a bit last year, despite the fact that his 2 tackles were fairly good. We lose both of them this year at Ole Miss. The interior of that offensive line, I'm pretty sure, stays intact. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ole Miss fans. I'm sure you will passionately, okay? But his ability, Jonathan, to understand where the free hitter is, know that, hey, we're hot. We got to get rid of the football now, meaning we got to condense our drop. You notice there ain't no 3-step drop right there. We immediately got to the rocker. We're ready to get to this slant down here, or square in, if you will, from Harrison Wallace, all right? And here's where we're hot from. We're hot from this number 18 right here. I think it's Elo Madozi from Georgia. We're scan protecting right, meaning everybody on the offensive line has the gap to their right. Watch everybody. 50 is going to work out. 75 is going to work out. 62 is going to work out. 71 is going to work out. 61 is going to work out. Where we're free releasing the tight end. What's that mean? We ain't got nobody for him, right? So if he comes, we got to get rid of the football. And we assume that he is. Boom, get the ball out quickly, okay? So there's a lot of people watch this game and they're like, we got to get after the quarterback. We got to do. I don't care if Myles Garrett's on the other side of the damn ball. You're probably not getting home if he's going to have to answer that quickly, okay? Great job after the catch right there from 2 as well. So 3rd down and 3. Oh, this is the throw to the tight end down here in the red zone. This was a dot, son. And I think we let this loose before our tight end's even out of the break. No, he's out of the break now. We throw it firm and away from the defender, out in front of the tight end so he can see it, okay? Has to be in a perfect spot down here in the red zone. Windows get tight, right? The other thing you're going to notice, and they're going to have to continue to do this at Ole Miss. Look, I do not want him inside that pocket in the red zone. Why?
One of his best attributes is his feet.
One of his best attributes is his feet. But hey, let's not. There you go. Let's not talk about him like he's God's gift of football. There are some limitations, and it shows up here in the red zone. We are a shorter football player, okay? Lots of tip balls at the line of scrimmage when we get into this red zone, so windows get really, really tight. So they're going to start rolling him, all right? They're going to start doing quarterback design run things with him down there as well. Hell, Lane even got so creative last year where he's like, I got a brilliant idea. Let's roll the left-handed 6'3" quarterback up off the sideline for red zone passes. Everybody? Yeah, I don't know about that one, Coach. I'd rather roll them and run them. You know what I mean? Let's do that. Let's keep the quarterback hot and not roll the dude up off the sideline. What a spot right there from number 6. Again, man, we've seen the pocket throws from the touch throws from the pocket. We've seen him roll. You're going to see later him create with his legs and absolutely murder a good defense, okay? We've seen these layered throws over the middle already. You're going to see the entire plethora of a bag, if you will, from these quarterbacks, all right? What we got here? We don't take notes around here anymore. We just make the cut-ups like a real football coach does. You ever seen a quarterback, a coach walk into a meeting room with a full of notebooks and, hey, we're going to go to play 67 and read the notes and then tell the fan or tell the audience what he's got going on? Nope. All right, now I put this one on here for a multitude of reasons, Jonathan. A, George is actually getting home, okay? I think that's Xavier McLeod. He's going to get home. Now, I also put this here because if we had the ability to hold the football a little bit longer, I do think he gets to this backside dig right here, but instead he throws this deep over window and they're running it off a post. So we're trying to occupy that safety. Safety's trying to play real deep right here, is KJ Bolden, but KJ is going to do a good job closing this space. But really, I left this on here because Chris Cole is a unicorn. Watch number 9 right here, guys. Watch him play the run. As soon as he sees ball into the belly of the back, got to respect the run. Hey, now we feel pass. Now, why do we feel pass? We haven't actually completed that play action motion right here. Why do you think we feel pass as a linebacker right now, Jonathan?
Offensive line stepping back.
This guy knows ball. Offensive line's got hi-hats is what we call that. Hi-hat, low-hat. Low-hat indicates run. Hi-hat indicates pass. All right, unless we're getting some type of screen or draw. All right, but here we go. We got hi-hats. Boom. Get your eyes to that deep over. Now, let's be an avatar, and let's run up underneath this sucker casually. Now, the only mistake Chris Cole makes is he starts to drift away from the body that he's attached to. Do you see that? We're starting to put a little space in between us and that wide receiver. Had KJ Bolden not closed this space, I think this is probably a completion right here. But great job covering a bunch of ground there from 9 and reading these indicators really, really quickly from this Ole Miss offensive line, all right? Downset Hut. I also don't think he cares about getting hit all that much. Like we're not a skittish quarterback player, or quarterback rather, and football player. We can stand in there, and I don't think that's a terrible spot, to be honest with you, right there into double coverage, or what seems like double coverage. Just two great players from Georgia covering a lot of ground and closing the space. Little man zone indicator right there from the offense. They don't do a ton of that, but every once in a while they feel like they need to get some answers. All right, send it again. Let's make sure, confirm that they are in man coverage. And they lied to us, Jonathan. They're actually rolling into what looks to be thirds. KJ's just playing really, really low in this middle field hole. So Georgia's doing everything they can to lie to this kid a little bit, all right? Because if they were in man, we like this rub down here on the bottom, don't we, Jonathan? But they're not, okay? They showed man coverage pre-snap with the zone, with the motion indicator, and then they actually jumped into zone. He already knows it before he gets to the top of his drop, Jonathan. I don't know if you can tell. His eyes are already into this zone slant slash dig slash square in, whatever you want to call this, from the tight end window right here. And we got to throw this in between a bunch of football players. I think this is the only miss in the football game in terms of ball placement, all right? But I love the process right here. Okay, we give them a bunch of information pre-snap, try to get them to indicate or show their hand, rather. They get up out of it. Did you see how quickly he noticed zone? Boom, let's get to our zone answer. We've always got one in this offensive system. There's our zone answer for number 8. Let's wait until he gets in the window. That is a bad spot, though. Hey, but I think that ball needs to be caught. Personally, let's make a play for our guy. You know what I mean? We're going to see another clip of this very, very soon, Jonathan, of him actually getting to this and hitting it really, really square, okay? Is this a third and short? Not much they didn't try in this football game, did Georgia. Just couldn't quite get off the field enough to win this football game, and you'll see why as the game progresses. Hey, similar concepts right here, right? We're doing it with the wide receiver instead of the tight end, and they actually didn't lie to us. They stayed in man coverage. We like that shallow crosser to Caden Lee against this leverage, right? He's got to play 6 yards off because he's got to figure out this rub from these two wide receivers. Caden Lee going to get really, really shallow right here, run to grass, and we're going to play on time and in sync and put that ball right on his face. As did Ja'Cory Thomas put his shoulder pads right on his face as well. Is that targeting?
I can see it both ways.
Here's why it's targeting. A, it looks terrible.
Yes.
It looks awful. Put the mic in front of your face if you don't mind. A, it looks terrible. B, it's contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless receiver. It does not have to be with the crown of the helmet. There are two rules in targeting, or two categories of targeting, and boom, that is exactly what it looks like when we actually do get called for targeting. It's a great spot. This is one of the, now, this is my guy coming out of high school. This is Kennesaw Mountain. This is right up the road. All right, this is Caden Lee. I've always been a Caden Lee guy, okay? I don't know why he went to Missouri, to be honest with you, okay? Because I think he was going to get maybe 95 targets this year at Ole Miss, okay? And I would rather play with Trinidad than Austin Simmons. I think he felt that as the year progressed last year. I don't know why we left, but this is a big loss, okay, because this was a very dependable target that we knew if we put the ball anywhere near his radius, and it is a limited radius, that's a tough SOB. He's coming down with it no matter what, and he's never going to drop footballs, okay? So I think that absence this year will be massive, on top of Stribling, who I've already shown you is an elite football player. But we do bring Deuce Alexander back, so we have some elite weaponry there. And we got Caleb Odom still at the tight end position, and a couple of transfers from Syracuse. So we'll see about that. Hey, catch the ball. Catch the ball, okay? You know what I love about this, Jonathan? It's 2nd and 10. Okay, 2nd and 10, like we need to get ourselves into a 3rd and 2. We need to get ourselves into a 3rd and manageable. So if we find an answer early in the set, early in the drop, let's take the answer right about now and not wait around and hope something progresses, especially if they're showing us some type of pressure at the line of scrimmage. They actually back out of it, and they bring this nickel from depth. It might be a linebacker. They bring him from depth. That might be Zayden Walker, and then actually drop this other linebacker into that void that he's leaving. He ain't getting there in time, is he? He's never going to get there in time, all right? That's a byproduct of C.J. Allen dropping. It's a byproduct of, hey, where's the pressure coming from? Let's throw into the face of pressure, particularly against zone blitzes, right? That was a 2nd and 10 that turns into a 3rd and 10. Should have been a 3rd and 2, maybe a first down right here because the quarterback found the answer and gave him a very, very receivable football right here. We just drop it. I mean, it's right in our gullet, and we put it on the ground. That's Caleb Odom. All right. This is where it starts to get nasty, Jonathan, so close your eyes. You might not want to watch this, you Georgia grad.
It's all good. I can appreciate greatness.
That a boy. That a boy. All right, so, hey, we couldn't really stack Ellis Robinson, right? He gave us a couple of really, really good reps in these verticals. Also, they are blitzing the shit out of us right about now when they play man. They're going to get some free hitters on us as a quarterback. Might not have time to differentiate whether or not we did stack that corner. Let's go ahead and get rid of the football and put it into a great spot on this back shoulder, and that's exactly what he does right there. Boom. All right. I mean, you can't play it much better than Ellis played it in this football game, and we still got a couple of times. It happens, okay? Always knew when he was hot. Just has a good, natural feel for where the pressure's coming from, all right, and when to get rid of the football and where to get rid of the football. Georgia's havoc rates just got to increase, though, right, Jonathan? Mm-hmm. We just got to get home on quarterbacks a lot better. That's the answer. That's always been the answer. You know, havoc rates tell us that they're bad at it. The film tells us that the quarterbacks get rid of the damn ball against this football team. We always see that. Is this a 2nd and long again? Yes, it is. Okay. Good play calls right here. All right, this is not reinventing the wheel. It's a version of stick in my mind. Anytime I see a couple of hitches out of duo, I'm just labeling that stick. They probably call it something totally different, but look, we got an out route, we got a hitch up, OTB over the ball, all right, and Caden Lee's probably working some type of whip down there. This is stick to me. We're going to call that stick around this network. I'm sure it's called something totally different everywhere you watch, but we call that stick around here, all right? Eyes left. Now, why eyes left, Jonathan?
Good question.
We want to float these guys. If he's actually in a zone window, he green dogs right here. He blitzes from depth, all right? But if he actually wants to play a hook curl, if he wants to get off of his drop and pedal backwards, if I hold my eyes left, I might float him where I want him to go just a little bit, okay? Everything matters, all right? Everything matters right here. Boom, click our eyes back, scan back over, and find this option. Boom, right there. It's crazy to believe this guy only had like 12 Power 4 starts by this point. Mm-hmm. Now we got all the time in the day, right? Now we got all the time in the world to let this ball loose, and reason being like, hey, it's a damn good pickup by 22. I want y'all to watch this, okay? Now, he learns from the guy in front of him. The guy in front of him is Kewan Lacey is one of the best pass protecting running backs I've studied on this network in a long, long time. That is eating that up right there. That's going in there, meeting that sucker at the line of scrimmage and running your feet to the echo of the whistle, and that's a great ball right here. I also want to give the quarterback some credit right here, all right? Not only did we get to our 4th read, let's count them out. I think primary read right here is the tight end on this now route. All right, then we're going to get a high corner from somebody. We're going to get a deep over from somebody, and then that backside dig from the last guy. Boom, there it is. All right, so we got the hitch up right here from the tight end. We don't like it. Chris Cole's hugging it up. We got the high corner there from the number 2 wide receiver. We got the deep over, all right, and then that backside dig. Okay, we're going 1, okay, to 2, to 3, to 4, and we pray we have enough time to get it loose, right? And bop. Now, I want y'all to see what we do with this football. Where are all the defenders, Jonathan?
On the right side.
They are all over here. That is correct, sir. They are all over here. So if we're going to throw this football anywhere, if we're going to communicate with ball placement, let's put it on that back hip. Let's trust our guy to slow down, stop, and then go make a play after the catch, and that's exactly what we do. Boom. It's a great job right here. Also left this on the clip because it's a great ball. It's great pass protection. It's a great job clicking through your reads and doing so on time. But I want y'all to see the unicorn again. Now, the guy who makes this tackle is standing right here. That is one Christopher Cole, number 9. Watch this SOB take off. Look at these strides from number 9. Whoof. That dude can run. Great job by two, making some plays after the catch. Can't believe he went undrafted. Can you?
No, I can't.
I mean, didn't even get a combine invite, I don't think. And he probably would have ran 4.31, 4.38. He was a burner coming out of Penn State. Oh, God. Okay, so here it comes. These are 3 plays back to back to back, okay? They fire the corner right here. He doesn't quite get home. He spins around and just flicks one out to Kewan Lacey. KJ Bolden comes over here. No, it's another play where KJ dislocates his shoulder, isn't it? But either way, what a ball play right here from 6, okay? This is all stuff that we cannot teach. This is ad-libbing. This is being creative. This is being a playmaker by nature, all right? And just whoop. I mean, how did we even know? How did we even see him? Just trust that he's there?
I mean, he's facing the end zone right now.
I know. He still hadn't laid eyes on him. Now he just did, and then boom, immediately flick it out. Huge play right there for those guys on 2nd and 12, picking up a first down. All right, 1st and 10, very next play. They're playing with such pace, I would imagine defensively we probably just carbon copied. It's just, hey, line back up, play the play again, and they fire the cat again. And this time, he's completely unevaded. All right, there is nobody here to block him. Anybody's going to beat him. It's got to be the quarterback, and he does exactly that and just runs around. I think he ran 86 yards on this play. I don't think that's an exaggeration. I think that was actually the, what do you call those? The nerdy ESPN data stat track stats or whatever they got.
Stats.
Next Gen Stats, brought to you by PFF and Chris Collinsworth. But anyways, there ain't no defense for this. You know, you just prayer up. Hopefully we get them down, I guess is what we do. Whew.
Throws it away.
I mean, yeah, buddy. Boink. There goes that left shoulder. Hey, if we're going to hit with the shoulder column, let's hit something soft. You know what I mean? Now, I know my abdominal is pretty soft. I would imagine Kewan Lacey's is not. A lot softer than the shoulder pads up here in the chest plate, okay? Was this it's 3rd and 7. Oh, this is the very next time he rips the football. They run the ball twice, okay? And then Kristen Miller, a 2nd-round draft pick, about to get him on the ground. No, you're not. Okay, now we're outside the pocket again, rolling to our right. And I thought this was the best throw of the day. We had a lot of good ones, but this throw right here is bonkers to me. We ripped this thing like 45 yards on the run, and we couldn't have walked down there and put it in his pocket any better, okay? I mean, right on the face of number 2 right there. We talked about this one when we broke it down afterwards. Hey, where's he at? Ellis. Okay, no, it's KJ. Ellis is somewhere. Anyways, hey, got to stay attached, man. Okay, can't float away from these guys. Oh, my God, this is the dude over here because we're playing scramble drill. Watch Ellis. We put our eyes in the backfield right here, and we start to drift away from our intended cover, right? We can't do that. We got to stay attached at all times, even though we do have 79-inch arms. Think you got him till you don't, right? Dot. This is the back shoulder. Oh, no. This is, I threw it 9 years early because I knew where my guy was going. All right. This is a great job selling this route from this wide receiver. He thinks we're working to the pylon, does the corner. We are not. And I think we're actually going to stick it outside a little bit and then work back in. Look how early this ball is thrown, Jonathan. And why? Because we're hot again. We got somebody we can't account for in our face about to hit us. We let this thing go early and real soft, too. I love the touch that he throws this football with. It almost looks like it doesn't come out right. It almost kind of on us at the end. But if we throw this too firm, our wide receiver's probably not ready to catch it when it actually gets to his chest. But instead, we're able to keep him in bounds. Here, was this a 2-point conversion? I think so. I can't remember the layout of this football game as much as I want to. This is the back shoulder. I mean, couldn't ask for a better spot. Couldn't ask for better defense from DeMello as well. Yeah, maybe punch through the ball right there at corner, but the ball beats you, man. And I think that's something that we talk about all the time in the football world is what? No defense for perfect football, no defense for perfectly thrown football. And that's one right there, as were most of these in this football game. And this is the killer, right? This is the game ender. A lot to coach here. We'll watch the quarterback first and just the general ball placement, dribbling, getting some work free really, really early off the line of scrimmage. And what's the number one thing we cannot do right here, Jonathan? No, I'm talking about as a quarterback. We've got a lot of space over here. Can't overthrow it, right? If anything, we kind of want to underthrow this football, and that's exactly what he does. Just secure the completion. Every time we got somebody this bad, secure the completion. Let's talk about coaching here for a little bit. Where's the strength of the formation, Jonathan?
On the left side.
On the left side, okay? So if we are in cover one man, meaning you are a hook curl player here, you are the middle of the field player, they're in trips down here, we probably shouldn't be on the right hash, okay? Probably shouldn't be on the right hash. I can't remember. This is Zion Branch right here. Got inserted into the football game because Ja'Cory Thomas is out now due to a targeting penalty. Hey, injuries and penalties happen. We got to be ready to get in there and play some football. Just look at the strength of the defense. There's no reason for you to be over where you're at on that right hash, man, because you're dead in the water. You ain't never getting over to the top of that where you need to be. And we have to play these on different levels, Jonathan, because they rub so much against man coverage, right? This nickel, this safety, KJ, he has to play with enough room to where if this guy goes inside and this guy goes outside, we can actually clear that rub, if you will. So there's a lot going on right here formationally, okay, that is putting us in a bind, on top of the fact that our safety doesn't play it well, on top of the fact that DeMello doesn't quite get a jab very well, on top of the fact that, I mean, how much lower could we dip and rip that sucker right there? You know what I mean? It's a great job by Stribling right there to get on top, okay? Hey, he's pretty good, huh? Yeah, he's pretty good. What we didn't show you is the fact that I think that dude ran for 600 yards last year. Didn't show you a single clip of that. That's also something you have to totally prepare for this guy. They were really good at running the football prior to his arrival. They got great at running the football because of what he can do and the way that he stresses defenses. And it's not just like, oh, he's twitchy, he can run fast. No, he's got really, really good rushing instincts. He knows how to deliver blocks. I don't see a lot of empty, we're running quarterback power and quarterback read or quarterback counter these days. I see a lot of quarterback counter read where spaces get really, really wide. These guys lined up with an H-back at running back last year and ran quarterback counter with him quite a bit because he has such a good natural feel for where the creases in these run lanes actually are. He's not a bouncer. He'll stick his nose in there and find the creases vertically in these defenses as a rusher. Hey, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Hope you stick around for this entire series that we got coming out. I think you're going to enjoy it. Love you. See you next time. Bye.